Hi, everybody. My name's Jody. I'm the new Women, Trans, and Non-Binary Part-Time Officer for the Graduate Student Association. And first off, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who voted for me. I'm really looking forward to getting to work with the other GSA officers and the UC officers and staff on issues that affect women, trans, and non-binary people. I just want to give a disclaimer. So I'm completely new to the university, so I've yet to figure out how everything works. But I have already attended my first meeting on combating sexual harassment at the university. So yeah, getting stuck in, which is yeah, exciting and also a bit daunting. But hopefully that'll I'll settle in okay. Um, so I just wanted to talk quickly about why, because I thought some of you might have some questions about why we have a women, trans, and non-binary part-time officer role. So it is a new role. Last year we just had the equalities officer, which covered everything from disabilities to the parents and carers group to LGBT issues to the women's issues. And now we've managed to expand, so there are a lot more roles. And yeah, now we have the women, trans, and non-binary group. So basically, what I want to do with this role is to keep working on issues that have traditionally been thought of as women's issues, but acknowledge that they do affect lots of other people as well. So I was trying to articulate or think about how to articulate this point when I was sent a zine or a little booklet by a friend, which is about the idea of the slogan "My Body, My Choice," which is came out of the pro-choice abortion rights movement. And in the zine, they talk about it in relation to sexual harassment and consent, and also with trans rights and sex workers' rights as well. And there was a part of that which I'm just going to read because I felt like it summed up what I wanted to say, or kind of the idea I wanted to try and get at. So they're specifically talking about this particular slogan, "My Body, My Choice," and what they say is, "What I want to propose is this slogan as a point of connection, as something that we can gather around to demand the changes that each of us need in solidarity with one another. Together, we can change the conditions in which our choices are made, in the knowledge that, to paraphrase Lilla Watson, our liberation is bound up with one another's." So I thought that was just a really great way to start thinking about how I want to approach this role. In that there are lots of different ways that women and trans and non-binary people are affected, but there are there are these really solid points of connection between us all, and it's those points of connection that I really want to focus on. So in terms of the specific issues that this might include is the idea that traditionally women's issues such as period poverty is something that affects trans men as well. And gender-based street harassment, again, something that traditionally has affected women, also affects trans women, and non-binary people of various different experiences can be affected by these issues as well. So this is why I wanted to kind of move into the role with this kind of intention of kind of focusing on these negative experiences that lots of people have, and using that as the starting point that we're going to, everybody that is affected by this can sort of be brought together and tackle these things in in the ways that they affect them individually, but collectively as a group. So I'm going to keep supporting women's issues, but just have this slightly different approach to contextualizing them. There's already some great campaigns that I've seen have already happened. There's the Red Flags campaign and the Last Taboo campaign, and other campaigns around body positivity and spiking awareness and consent and things like this. So what I want to do is just acknowledge that it's more than just women who are affected by them, which I think is particularly important in the current political climate, where transphobic hate crimes have increased dramatically in the UK over the last 4 years. And so I think it's really important to acknowledge that so many of these issues are much more universal issues, over a lot of the time over bodily autonomy. I think it's a really great thing to focus on, although it's not exclusively about that. There's issues around the glass ceiling and employment issues and things like that as well. So um, yeah, but I really liked this way of thinking about the point of connection on these issues between the different groups that I will be representing in the GSA. So that's enough about my role specifically. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. So I am new to the University of York. I've just started a master's course in social justice and education. I'm very, very passionate about making the world a better place through activism and through education. I've been working for the last 5 years since finishing my undergrad as a musician and as a music tutor down in London and Brighton. And one of the projects that I was really, really passionate about when I was working there, and I'm still in touch with in an online basis now, is called Girls Rock London, which is focused on music camps for girls and young trans people, but really with a social justice element to it. So it's this experience that I really want to bring forward. I've also been doing some volunteering with some LGBTQ plus youth work organisations in London and in Greater Manchester, and now online. So yeah, I'm hoping that all of this experience is going to inform how I move forward with working on these issues together with you, the postgraduate students of the University of York. So I'm really looking forward to getting to meet people and hearing from people. So yeah, please do get in touch either via the GSA or through the email address that will be in the description of this video. And yeah, if it's an issue that I've already brought up or there's already a campaign on, like it's really useful to hear about how that would affect you, particularly if you feel like your voice or your specific experience around that hasn't been um, sort of articulated well enough by others yet. But also, if there are issues that you're dealing with that are related to being a woman or being trans or being non-binary, then and you feel like it hasn't come up yet, or you haven't seen any campaigning or any action around that yet, then definitely let me know about that. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to meeting you and hearing from you all. So yeah, thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that I can fulfill my role and that people will be happy with the work that I managed to do this year. Thanks very much.